Hi, in this section we are going to see about the network part of Docker. So by default we have three networks and the bridge is the default network. Okay, bridge is the default network. So we have bridge, we have host, we have none. So what does actually bridge network means? It is the private and the default network. I already told you, bridge network is the default one. So it is the private and the default network. Containers linked to this network have an internal IP through which they communicate with each other. And Ethernet is Docker 0 by default. Now what does this mean? It is the private and default one. So whenever you are going to check the IP address, it is going to show you like this. So this is your loopback, this is your Ethernet, and this is my public IP address, and this is something new to me. So this comes by default when you install Docker engine. When you install Docker engine, this is by default, then it comes by itself. So this is the bridge network which is created while installing the Docker, right? And see, Docker 0. This is what I was talking about here. This one, Ethernet is Docker 0 by default. So now whenever I'm going to create a container, it is going to see container linked to this network have an internal IP through which they communicate with each other. So now it means whenever I am going to create a container, it is going to link with this network, this bridge network, Docker 0. Let's see, Docker run -itd name C1, and I am exposing it to port 8081, 80 and nginx. Okay, created. Now see, if I will run this command to check the IP address, right? See this. So this is the virtual network of my container, and this is linked with Docker 0 with this network. Okay, if you delete this container, this network is also deleted, then this will get deleted by itself. Okay, now see, to check what are the networks you have in this machine, Docker network ls, we have three by default, bridge, host and the none. So this is the default one, and whenever you are going to create a container, it is going to create a network of the bridge and going to connect with this network Docker 0. I hope this concept is clear, right? And if you are going to delete the container, it will delete this one also. See, Docker rm-f c1. Now check the IP address. See, it's gone, right? It is gone. Now let us try to create our network with the bridge driver. See, Docker network ls, we have bridge, host, none. But what if you want to create your own network, right? So for that, the command is very simple, Docker network create, and now -d. -d means which driver you need. You need the host one or the bridge one or the none. So we will create a bridge network. So just make it like this, -driver and bridge. Got it? Now what if you need to define the subnet and your IP address range? You need to define your IP address range and the subnet. You don't want to go with the default one. In that case, you can define that part also. Just mention the subnet. Let's take it like 192.168.2.0 2.0, and I'm taking 24. Okay, and then gateway 192.168.2.10. Simple. Okay, you can skip this part. If you are not going to mention these things, it will give you the 172 range. It will give you this range, 172, 18 or 19 might be, or 16. Okay, so but there can be a chances like you need to define your range here and the network name. So let's make it test. Now Docker network ls. See, your test network has been created now, right? Your network has been created. name and the type, like drivers bridge. Now what if I will create another container? See this container which I have created, or I think I have deleted that one. Okay, let me create docker run -itd name c1 and expose it to port 81, 80 and nginx. So to which network it is going to get connected to, right? We have this one bridge and this one test. This is the name and the driver, these both are same, so don't get confused, okay, with the name and the type. So it the documentation said that bridge is the default one, right? So this is the default one. This container is going to get attached to this network, not this network which I have created with the type of bridge. To see first docker container ls. So the container has been created, right? And already port mapping is there, like we have already binded the port. Now to check to which network this container is connected, you can inspect the container. So docker inspect c1, right? It will give you all the details. I've told you now. Now see IP address, you can also cross check with the IP address. So this is the range 172.17. It means this is connected to the default network, that is bridge, because this is the range of that one. And see the network which I have created, test network, this is here now 192.168.2.0. got it? And this is the container which I have created, and this container is connected to docker 0. You can cross check with the inspect command also, docker inspect and the container ID or name. So you can check with this one the IP address, or go up here. You can see all the details. We have talk about these command now, inspect. So you can see from the starting to the end, it will show you everything, all the details about your container. So you can find it very easily with the IP address, which range IP address is this, and to which network it is connected to. Network setting bridge, IP address, that this is the range of that network, network name bridge. Okay, now let's try to create another container and make a connection between my network which I have created with this one test network. Okay, so docker run -itd, I'm making c2, the container name is c2, and you just need to pass this flag network and the name of network test and the image name. Okay, now docker inspect c2, see the range 192.168.2.1, right? Correct. This part is clear now. 192.168.2.1 and all the details are there. Either by this thing you can check, or you can inspect the network, docker inspect test. So see, this is your network, and in this network it will show you from here, like see containers. Just try to find this part container. It is showing you only c2 container is attached to this network, and if you docker inspect bridge, that one, so in the container section you will see c1, right? No another container is there. Now see, let's create c3. I am removing this part, network part, and just make it c3, and then we will inspect the network bridge. See now c3 and c1 is there. Okay, so if you are not defining any name of your network, it is going to with the default one. You can cross check by like this, or you can inspect the container, or you can inspect the network. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. I will see you in the next session now. Thank you.